Hi everyone, this is Tina with Dirt Therapy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm working on just a small project. We have been diligently working on our pool fence and our pumpkin patch section. So it hasn't really allowed very much time for me to do a small project that I've been meaning to get done. So I want to turn the camera around and show you what I'm doing, and I did already start it. I should have filmed this, but I will put a little bit of the footage that at least the yarrows look like in the ground, and then I'll lead into what I'm working on. So today I am working on where I removed all of this yarrow. It's beautiful. I think it is a beautiful flower. Beautiful yellow flat heads. Kind of reminds me of broccoli, what like a broccoli stalk would look like. They were very big. They've been here in this location here right in front of the roses for a few years, and they were just getting really too big for this spot. I have a friend who is looking for some yarrow, so I am just going to gift these ones to her. This whole tub is full of yarrow, so it'd be a really nice gift for her yard. She loves yellow, so these will be perfect for her because they're deer resistant, and she's been having a lot of deer presence in her garden, and it's trying to eat all of her hostas. So I'd like to give her something that is going to be a little bit so this is the new look in this area, and it just feels so much better. It seems like it took all that weight off the bottom here. And I have a couple things I'm working on. So I have filled up the container here where I'm going to plant, and I'm sorry, my shadow, the sun is a little crazy right now. But I am working on this area here. I have this space here. I have filled it with garden soil, and I'm going to plant this up with some annuals, something that gets taller than the coral knockout roses that I have in this area. And my goodness, they are just going crazy. I cut those back really hard, cut them back really hard this spring because they weren't looking so good, and I thought, okay, I got nothing to lose. I cut them back, and they are the best they've ever been. In fact, they have multis on each of the blooms. So see how I have like 5 bloom heads here? They are just covered with multiple bloom heads. They never did this for me before, so they just look really pretty. I think they're very happy in this spot, and me giving them a haircut. So I am going to plant this up, and then I am going to add these 5 Veronica here, and I'm going to put them in this spot. So if you look down at my garden sections, I have a lot of color. I'll just take you down this way. So I have a lot of different colors. I have yellows and purples and pinks but I don't really have any white, except for my mock orange down there at the very end. I don't have any white. And the penstemon does look a little bit whiter, but it still has like a pink tint to it. So I thought that these Veronicas would be perfect in this spot here. They'll fill in nicely. And I got 5 so I can make a swoop of them in this section. The Veronica Speedwells that you see here are white. They should be fine here in the sun. They do handle part shade. Once they're established, full sun, and they are supposed to be deer resistant. So hopefully these will be a great addition. And they only get to be about 10 inches tall. So that will make a good front side border plant. so the coral knockouts and my pot that is in there can really be seen, and I can get to it, because a lot of the problem was I couldn't even get to that pot to plant it up because the yarrow had really spread out in this whole area here. So I think that this is going to be wonderful to see this planted up with my annuals and then the speedwells down there below. And I just kind of randomly put them in a swoop so we could see how they're going to turn out. And it also leaves enough room for the lavender, which is right next to it, to be able to grow on and not be crouched out by the yarrow. You can even see that the coreopsis here was crouched out a little bit too, was smothered out from the yarrow too, and made this one kind of stunted its growth. But it's perking up. It looks like it's got some buds on it now, so I'm not too worried about it. I picked the plants that are going to go in this big pot here, and I think it's going to do really well. So the first thing that I did, the center piece, my husband loves the Tut series, and this is a Proven Winners. This one is the King Tut, and that's the one that he really loves. I usually plant these straight in the ground, but this time I'm going to do it in the pot. So really want it to kind of surpass the roses here and just kind of give it a bold statement. And then I have 4 salvias in here, and these are called the Rhythm and Blues salvia. This is an annual salvia, but it's going to be very beautiful, and it also is a sun-loving flower. And then lastly, I got this Plum Dandy, and this is also a Proven Winners item. I'm really loving the way that these look. So these have a mounding habit of 18 to 20 inches tall and wide. So I think it's going to just fill up this area really, really nicely here and look like a, pop of color in there. I just think it's going to look so good. And it is small now, but I find that they're growing really fast. In fact, I'm going to take you to another place where I have one of those Plum Dandies, and it is already put on a ton of growth. I did a one plant pot here because I knew that it was going to be 18 to 20 inches rounded and tall and wide. So I put it in here because I wanted to do a one plant pot, and I think it's going to do fantastic here. And it also kind of brings in the rest of the burgundy colors that I have throughout the garden. I've got the ornamental peach here, and I've also have some of the red tones down a little bit further with our black lace elderberry back there. And the hibiscus here has that plum look to their leaves as well. So I think it's gonna just tie in the rest of the burgundy that you see throughout the garden. And before I plant them in the soil, I am gonna sprinkle this continuous release plant food in there, and that really is going to stimulate their growth. I got the container done, and I think it looks so pretty. I can't wait to see how much more growth we're going to have. But having the little salvia blooms kind of intermixing with the pink of the coral knockouts, I think it looks so gorgeous. And then we've got the Plum Dandy there at the bottom that is going to bring that burgundy red accent. Is just perfect. And here's the final result. So I planted those 5 Veronicas in this section here. And I'll see if I can try to get a little closer without some sun glare. So you've got the first one here, and then it moves over into the other 4. Then I've also planted up the annuals in the pot. and I am so happy. It looks so much nicer over here than the flopping yarrow. And my whole thing is if you don't like it, if it doesn't perform the way you want it to, get rid of it. Find a new home for it. Not that you have to put it in the trash or anything, but you know, you can find a nice home for it. You don't have to keep something that you don't like. Now, before I planted any of the Veronica, I did use the Espoma Bio Starter Fertilizer. And then in the pot, I did show that I used the Continuous Plant Food by Proven Winners. That is going to give everything a good start to its growing season. So thank you everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.